Oh, that's interesting. Upload information. There you go. Now you know. Now you know all my secrets. Oh no! They saw the upload data. Hey Zelin, how's it going? What's good? Hey Atsuki. So, I wonder what we will draw today. I wonder what I will rant about today. But man, I gotta say, my brain is mush. It's horrible. One thing uh, that I absolutely hate is sleeping with a headache. I can't sleep if I have a headache. And I got a headache before I went to bed, but it wasn't bad. And I thought, well, I'll go sleep. Hopefully, I'll sleep through it, you know. But I woke up in the middle of the night with like a headache, which means that I can't lie down because when I lie down, the headache like intensifies. I guess by pressure or I don't know. But I can't unfocus on the pain, so I can't sleep. And I was like, oh great, better go get a pill. You know, I generally don't take pills. Maybe once every 6 months I take a headache pill, but we had none. So I spent majority of the night sitting up. So my brain is all mashed potatoes. Hey Bruno Romanos, how's it going? Look at that juicy number 12 on Bruno Romanos. Alright, so we got Hyena Dark Cleric. That's pretty cool. I'd like to paint that. Sting like a hornet. That's a pretty cool topic. Could be many things. Any other topics? Any other suggestions? Ahoy, Cosmoverse. How's it going? Ahoy, Captain. Ahoy. Such a funny word, isn't it? So the topics we have is a hyena dark cleric, sting like a hornet. If there is any other suggestion, please do so now. Otherwise, we're gonna split the dice in two. Oh, look at that! You see Chrome in the background. Yes. All right. It doesn't seem like any other topic. If there is a topic while I roll the dice, we'll figure it out. But let's throw the dice. So, it is Hyena Dark Cleric by Bruno Romanos. Very cool. Cosmoverse. A little bit too late there. Hyena Dark Cleric by Bruno Romanos. Romanos? Does that even fit? That did fit. All right. Hey Tony. Hey Tony. How's it going? Hey Tony, what you doing? I don't like that this is so small. Let's do a small tweak before I start drawing. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Photo shoot? No. Ah. Let's try it like this. Let's see what happens. Now is I have a little, at least a little bit of like movement space here. Hey Spud MD, how's it going? All right, let's start a timer. Let's start the drawing. Let's figure this out. Tony, you missed my intro, but I haven't slept anything. My brain is all mashed potatoes. Hyena Dark Cleric. Hyena Dark Cleric. When I heard it the first time, I saw one picture in my head, which was like a classic, like, oh, what is this spooky character type deal. So I'm going for that. So my picture in my head was like a hunched over had a kind of hand like that. I'm trying to kind of picture it in my head clearer. I kind of just had the feel of it, but it was something like this, right? The hyena, we can see the hyena leg, the tail out the back. And I'm unsure about the hand. And how to make it more hyena. I mean, obviously hyenas are like these vicious murderers, right? They are ruthless. That was a fun word to say when you're sleep deprived. Ruthless killers. So maybe, no. That became stupid. That wasn't how I saw it. Maybe more like that. I have a hard time picturing it. Clearly, I need more sleep. Having a hard time figuring this out. Hey, Drumo. Is it Alex Drumo? Oh, hello, Armars. I miss you. I miss you both. So it was the Alex. Fantastic. And you are joining my stream on the day where I'm probably in the worst state to show off to long lost friends. Like I said earlier, I am completely sleep deprived. I had a headache all night without any ibuprofen or anything at home. So I spent majority of the night sitting in my sofa with a splitting headache, and I haven't been able to sleep. So now I'm like, oh shit, Alex is here. I better impress. But sadly, that can't happen. For those who don't know, Alex Drummond, Drummo here in the chat. He's a concept artist. He also makes D&D. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, but like D&D presets, black and white D&D characters and tile sets and things that you can buy and play D&D. Is it through some app that you place these things out, or how's it working? I'm not really sure actually. If I drink coffee, oh, I drink coffee for sure, but my headaches are not due to coffee. Man, today of all days, this is looking like dog's dinner. Rip. Let's try to get this. So wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Not good. It's like a... I don't know what this is. It's not what I want to draw. So let's change it. Drumo, on digital tabletops, is it like a specific app, or are they universal to any digital tabletop app? I mean, I've never tried it, but I mean, obviously, it seems to sell well if you keep doing them. Epic isometric, exactly. Yeah, that's what they're called. I remember now. Oh, they're just PNG files, so you can import them to whatever. Hey, Kirill, how's it going? What's up? How cool is it that I'm on your big screen TV, Alex? Mom, look, I'm famous. Sadly, I'm failing viciously. Granted, I'm only 7 minutes in, but it's 7 minutes of struggle, and I'm not happy with the result at all. Let's switch it up. Let's do... If it's not working, scrap it completely. A hyena is like an ugly dog with messed up teeth and mohawk and... Okay. And they're wild and they're ruthless. But man, why? Is this going to be my new war correspondent? That's the question. No, I refuse. I refuse to allow it to become the war correspondent. For those who don't know, war correspondent is one of my most hated, personally, most hated warm-ups. It was like cyberpunk war correspondent, and start to finish felt just like this one. Just uphill battle, nothing worked, ugly drawing. No. Bruno Manzer. Yeah, more like acknowledge is likely. There are no competition. You should make some. Or should I make? You mean make some competition for your tabletop sprites? No, but that would be a cool community thing, though. Make your own community-sourced tabletop assets. It's pretty cool. Could be cool. I mean, you don't need to say the numbers, Alex, but are they selling? I mean, I assume they are selling as you keep making them, and it's being worth the time, or is it more like for the love of it, you keep pumping them out? Bruno Romanos, yeah, I agree. It needs the big ears, like wolf-like ears. You sell loads? Pretty cool. So is it your main income then, if you sell loads? In that case, if you sell loads, fantastic. That's really, really cool. Good for you. Are hyenas' ears round? Oh yeah, they are. You are correct, sir. You win a chicken dinner. Congratulations. Oh, Kirill, again? Man. Either reconsider the companies you apply for, or you have really the worst luck ever. How can it be? That's so crazy. Drummo, wow, 250 patrons, and you sell multiple $60 packs a day? Jesus. Some good money. That's a good good way of income. I might take you up on your challenge in some competition, man. But the thing is, like, if I would jump in on that now, I would need to establish myself. I need to, all these things, right? You've already established yourself. People know who you are, where you are, what you sell, and so on. But nevertheless, that's pretty good going. It's really good. And 250 patrons, I assume like $1 minimum a month per Patreon, and they're probably more than one who's above $1. So that's some pretty good money. And the Patreon is just to keep you doing more tile sets, I guess. That's a clever way of doing it. Good stuff. Nothing but admiration and respect, sir. And everyone else, you better pay notice to his cleverness. And on a different notice, I'm halfway. So I'm 15 minutes in. Oh, God damn. It's not good. I'm struggle bussing here. I'm struggle bussing hard. On another news, congratulations, Dearbard. Even though maybe Dearbard didn't get a job, but he has people poking around, asking for prices and so on. Fantastic. Step in the right direction, Dearbard. Soon you'll be swimming in the monies. And congratulations, Fer Sancho, who was in the Unreal Bjorn 2. He's gotten gigs. Congrats, Fer. You are knee deep in it now. There's no turning back. Join us. Congrats to the people working hard and getting shit done. Well, dear Bard, you should think about it this way, right? Even though, like you explained that, yeah, you sent the quote to them and they didn't reply, right? But the fact that they looked you up, they sent you an email to start with, means that you are there in terms of quality. And just because one client isn't for whatever reason isn't responding, it's not your fault or your art's fault, right? You have gained the interest enough for them to contact you. So that's a good sign that you are in the right direction. You are progressing really well, and people are appreciating your art. So don't be discouraged by it. I would say it's quite the opposite. Be encouraged by it, and knowing that whatever you're doing in your style, people are now starting to appreciate, and that you are also syncing with the skill set versus goal, right? So that your skills are now getting to a point where it's starting to pay off, rather than you trying to catch up. If that makes sense. It's hard to explain, but the fact that you are getting noticed is a good indicator that you're doing your right moves. It's way better than nothing, right? And if it's one interested, there's a huge chance that there will be more interested. It's just a matter of getting the right kind of exposure with the right kind of art at the right kind of time. Kirill, I was talking to Alex. Alex is an old forum days friend of mine, even though I've never met Alex in real life. I think no. I don't think I've ever met him in real life. And he's making a tabletop RPG tile sets. So he's drawing like demons from a orthographic point of view, like left, right, back, front. So you can spin it like in 3/4 perspective down. And he's selling them online for D&D players. And the set is called, what was it called? My memory is like a Epic Isometric is it called? It's called. So if you want to Google that and check his stuff out, please do. Hey, Ricky, how's it going? Tony, well, it's hard to say, really. I mean, you got to also consider maybe if it's a smaller studio, for example, or new beginners, or they are not like these massive behemoths that are established with huge funds. If the smaller they are, the easier their need is going to fluctuate. So maybe they had a surplus of money, and they thought, let's hire another artist because now we finally have money to do it, right? But maybe something happened, and they went like, oh shit, we can't do it because we don't have any money, or the amount of money we have would be not appreciated by an artist, like $50 or something. And they were like, okay, we're going to do it internally instead. So instead of notifying you that, oh shit, we don't have the money and have to kind of crawl to the cross and apologize, they're just hiding. I mean, that could also be. My point being is just that it's hard to know what's happening with a client. You never know. And worst is if you like call them out on it, like, hey, you're full of bullshit, and they're like, hey, listen, I would really love to work with you, but so it's that as well, you know, who knows. Hey Kiwi, welcome back. Eric, cheers, man. Cosmoverse, really? I would suggest you contact them again. Or CC, if you had any contact with any other person, I would CC that person into the email as well. And then you go and you tell them, I would like to be paid. And if not, you don't deem the contract to be fulfilled. I hope you had a contract, because otherwise they're not going to be obliged to pay you. But if you had a contract, look it up and go, oh well, you haven't fulfilled the contract, you know. Then you just, okay, then the contract is void and you haven't paid, which means I own the rights to the image, and then you just release the image. Say, hey, client didn't want to pay, they haven't fulfilled the contract. But that's worst case. You don't do that the first thing you do. And make sure that they've breached the contract in the writing before you do anything like that. Otherwise you're gonna get it up the butt. Eric, yeah. It sucks when a client doesn't pay. Personally, I have never experienced non-paying customers. But also, to be fair, I haven't worked with a lot of private persons. So I have never had that kind of. It's always been a big company that's I've been a part of or dealt with. So there's a way more accountability. A private person can just go, nope, bye. Eric, absolutely. And that's the problem with dealing with private persons or commissions, so on. And that's why I'm a little bit wary of doing them. I mean, granted, they are great, and it's a great way to earn money, and it's a great way to get what you need money-wise. It's clean, simple most of the times. But whenever stuff like that happens, you are quite exposed and in the shitter. You can't really argue with someone that's a private person, and if there's no legal obligation for them to honor it, it can be a quite tricky business to deal with. So a lot of times you gotta take it as a loss, which isn't ideal. But then again, if they don't honor the contract, or if there's no contract, that image, you shouldn't just allow them to use it in that sense. There's a lot of different rules and things you can do. For example, if they haven't honored the agreement and they haven't paid, technically they can't use the art, right? Because they haven't, you haven't agreed to the trade. So in theory, like if they would use it anywhere online, you could DMCA strike them, because if they don't have the rights to your work, you can DMCA strike them because you own the copyright to the material legally. Which would mean if you get a DMCA strike, you have to take anything that's related to that work down while you prove their own ownership. But also DMCA strikes, illegal or unwarranted, or if you lie on DMCA strikes, you are going to be legally messed up. So don't do DMCA strikes unless you're really sure you own the rights to it. Hey Artie, how's it going? Casey mode, yeah, those are kind of a really good safety measures if you're dealing with commissions, like watermark, downsize the resolution or things like that, you know, just so they can see the work and approve it, and then when they get payment, you send the high res or unwatermarked version or whatever. Spud, yeah, absolutely. Those things help as well. If you want to limit the ability for them to mess you up. But ideally, like if you find a good client and they don't lie to you or try to lie to you and all these things, just keep doing business with that person. And ideally that person has money to further the collaboration between you two. Or he'll come, or the person will come back later on when they have more money and so on, and you keep helping each other. That's usually the best way to do it. But you got to have some sort of safety nets. You got to think about the ways to protect yourself so that you do get money, because you don't want to end up being cheated. Dearbird, yeah, low res pictures usually helps, but what's best is to always have a contract. And in the contract, there is clearly stated what is requirement for deliver. Like upon payment, they should receive this. Oh, and if they still keep screwing you over and not pay you, I would say you have all the rights in the world to publicly notify people how shitty those clients are, because you don't want anyone else to be in the same position as you, because maybe there's so many times in the industry where a scammer like that have gone through artist after artist and scammed them, and everyone hasn't notified each other, so those scammers like successfully gets free work for nothing, you know, until someone says, hey, listen, don't do business with this guy. And everyone in the industry, obviously, if they see some post with an artist saying, hey, these people scammed me out of paying, first of all, they know, especially if you tag that person or company that's scamming the artist, and then all the other artists know they won't do business with that person, business, company. So it helps everyone. But you should give the client all the chances in the world until enough is enough, you know, and then you publicly hang them out to dry. Dearbird, yeah, absolutely. Make sure people know, because it's important. You don't want to have another one scammed. Okay, it sucks that it is you, but it's rather just one person than 10, you know. Sir Pine. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. A contract is vital. And you can use the same contract for every person you want to deal with. But make sure that in that contract it states the rate, the requirements, payment upon completion, and all these things. And then you can just change a line or two in the contract for every person that you're going to do business with. Martha Zoo. Yeah, Zoo. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for a lot of beginners, it's this kind of guilt of asking for a fair price. But think of it like this: I mean, a lot of you young people don't have this thinking yet, but the older you get, the more things like this you do. But quality costs, right? You rather go and pay more money for a nice meal than like the cheapest McDonald's cheeseburger. You know, oh, it's just $1 or 50 cents, but that burger is shit. You know, but it's cheap, so I don't care. Students and young people, they don't care because they don't have money. It's the same idea. Like, the more you work, the more you realize the worth of it, and the fact that they have to pay you for quality, even though you're starting out, you have to charge them. You can't charge them the same amount as a senior artist can, because you don't have the mileage and expertise. But you should also not do it for free or sell yourself short, because you have to be able to live on the money you earn in order to get better, so that they will get a better product and you can charge more, right? It's the same thing. Like, you don't want to go to the cheapest doctor. Like, oh, you're just $10 for this visit? Amazing. And they'd like I saw on internet, like, this doctor put the stethoscope on the heart, but he didn't even have them in the ear. It was like, took some notes. It's like, that's the you don't want to be that doctor, right? You want to get paid enough to care, and that's important too, so that both of you understand, client and artist, that they're going to pay for you to put an effort into it, and also, you know, you're going to put effort into it because you're proud of what you're going to get paid for. You wouldn't care. Tassos, you're a troll. Go home, troll. Yeah, contract is really important because it is a form of leverage. So if they want to screw you over, you can say, well, here, you see this contract? You agreed to it. If you don't agree to it, you're breaching this contract, which means I can take legal measures. Or you don't own jack shit, and you can just walk away with an image and sell it to the next guy. Cosmoverse. Yeah. But best is to tell them, be honest, and say, like, listen, I want us to finish this on a good footing. I don't want us to part ways and be mad at each other. I would love it if you honored our arrangement, and if you don't want to work with me again, that's fine. We can walk our own paths. but please honor the contract and the agreement we had so that we can wrap this up. Otherwise, this is going to go on forever because I won't give up. I'm going to request my money. I'm going to get my money one way or another. So best is to, to be honest, polite, and straightforward, and reasonable, right? Oh yeah, you don't see that. 1 second, I'll show you. So what I always do is I do these things and select color range. Color range isn't something new. Color range has been in every Photoshop since Photoshop 4, 5. But it's a selection-based, like a magic wand function. But the thing is, if you use it on a correction layer, you make the correction layer adjust to the selection. But usually what happens is select color range and you click select and then you'll have the selection. But because you're doing it on a mask, the mask gets the treatment rather than, So it's a clever little way of forcing colors quickly. Contracts you can find online, like basic consultant contracts for artists. If you find any, or if you do your own research about it, I would recommend you look into it. And if you find anything interesting, put it on the Discord. I can look it over. Keep in mind, I'm no legal expert, but I know what a standard contractor contract usually looks like. But I don't know like the specifics of like this line should be tweaked. This line is. But if you find a standard one, they usually cover the basics. There's a lot of free ones that you can use. Anyways, time is up. Thank you, Bruno Romanos, for the topic. Like I said, my brain is a bit mashed potatoes today because of no sleep. But I managed to do something interesting in the end, at least. It's not what I wanted. It's far from what I imagined. But nevertheless, it is something, right? One last little tweak. Get some more punch in there. Yeah, what Alex Dramo said is a good thing to have in there, especially if you're dealing with private persons and not big companies, because people will always try to push the envelope. One more free change, but I mean, you did that change already. How about another change? And then you'll sit and doing revisions forever. Another good thing to do in your contract is also, for example, you could do a day rate. So instead of saying by product, you say my day rate is this, and I will take 3 days to paint it, and so they can go, okay, I get it. And then if they want a revision, you can say, well, the revision is going to take 1 day or 2 days. If you agree to it, I'll do it. And if they say no, then we're like, all right. And or you could add, you can add revision on day rates. Right. So when you're going to say 200 to finish the illustration or whatever your rate is. It's a bit low, but and then you say any revisions will be day rate based. Tassos, your face is mashed potatoes. How about that? Right, we're gonna raid a new person I have never raided before, and I don't know. He's Korean, I think. We're drawing some pretty cool kind of Skeletor type character. So well, let's go and see that. Tassos, you know I love you, even though I hate you, even though I love you at the same time as I hate you. Yeah, Tassos, have a good one. All right, good night, everyone. For that part of the world, have a great day in this part of the world. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Hopefully, I will have some sleep. Have a great one. See you on Discord. Bye. After the outro, I will take you to the raid, so don't go anywhere. Bye.